Hello everyone and welcome to Lovella's Coloring. I was asked a few months ago if I could share how I achieved the bouquet background I did in the Summer Nights double page spread, and it was the first time I used Pan Pastels. So when I did this background, I pretty much went in just thinking, whatever happens, happens, and if I don't like it, I'll just black out the background with black acrylic paint. But I actually like how it looks now. It did grow on me because it felt like the circles in the middle were just like starting to fade away, even though I did multiple sprays of fixative. The pastel still feels like it's coming off, but as it's already been a couple months, the page still looks great. And I also keep this is actually gift wrapping tissue paper, and I have like a whole bunch of these. I have like a lot of kids birthday parties or birthday gifts, so I have a lot of these, and I use these to put in between the pages to protect it from each other. So yeah, so this is the page that I did with the Pan Pastel for my first time. And again, I was asked if I can share how I went about achieving that look. And I just have to let you know, please excuse my sniffling. I've had allergies for the past couple of days, but it's not as bad right now. So so please excuse my sniffling if I keep doing it too much. So this is the page I am going to use to share with you the process I went through to achieve the bouquet background with the Pan Pastels. The Pan Pastel set I have is the portrait set. So these are the only colors I have, and I'm still learning to use this. I don't want to get any more colors yet until I learn how to use it with confidence. So the colors we'll be using is the ultramarine shade, which I have over here, and then we're also going to use raw umber tint, which I think is in the bottom. Raw umber tint, just going to leave it open there, and then also titanium white over here. So these are the three colors that I will be using. This little sponge thing is what I will use for the umber tint and the titanium white. I'm going to reuse this little sponge thing to apply the blue onto the paper. So this is the page again that I'm going to be using. I'm going to try not to touch the page because I'm always moisturizing my son, so I have not dry fingers, so I can leave like fingerprints if I keep touching the page. So I'm going to try not to touch the page. I'll probably just touch the image only. The circles I'm going to make using this, I don't know what you call this, stencil. It's like a ruler with different circle shapes. So this is the one I'm going to be using. I do have a bigger size, but I think it's too big for this page, so I'm just going to use this one. So as you can see, I prepped my page up. I do have like a paper. I taped it up so it won't come off as I apply the Pan Pastel. I use painter's tape, blue painter's tape, and just so it doesn't like tear up the page on the other side, I actually when I tore off the piece of tape, I put it on my sweater just to pick up some lint so it's not so sticky, and then attach it to this side just to protect the other page and minimize my mess. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and start off with the blue tint, which is the ultramarine shade. So I have this is I forgot to tell you what it is. This is the Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlzon, and this is the US edition, so the paper is pretty smooth, so it doesn't have that much texture to hold the Pan Pastels. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well. So we'll start off with the ultramarine blue shade. I'm just gonna use this. So I'm using this also. I do have to let you know the blue, even though you erase it, if it goes on the image, it will leave a kind of a tint, but because I'm going to be coloring on top of it, I don't mind so much. So I'm just going to use this blue and just start trying to smooth it out. So I'm gonna want it darker on the top, darker on the bottom, and then lighter going in. That's my that's what I'm thinking to do with this page. So again, you know, I'm not professional or anything. This is just me playing with the Pan Pastels and just sharing with you what I did to achieve the bouquet look. So hopefully you can take something from it and just pick up some stuff and add it to your coloring. So again, you know, the edges over here, even though I erase it, it's gonna have a little bit of a blue tint, but it's okay because I will be coloring it. Let's see if I can put this way. Try to smooth it out. Okay, so I pretty much, I think I smoothed it out as much as I can. I tried to make it even on both sides, with the dark blues going down to the middle. It looks a little messy to me, but we're gonna go ahead and start putting the circles. So let me put these. Okay, so we are going to start with the lighter one, or not the lighter one, the one with the tint. So this is raw umber tint, and this is this one. So this is just slightly darker than the titanium white. So I'm going to use this sponge, and then I'm just going to do random circles. I'm not going to use like the same circle all throughout. I'm just going to randomly pick. So I'll start with, yeah, get this in there. So yeah, so we're just going to go in and just gonna pick here. Just start going in with the tint. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna stop with that one. Let me go and just wipe this one down. Okay, so now we're gonna pick up the titanium white. And then again, same thing. And I'm gonna start like overlapping also. So just pick up some white and then just start going. I'm trying to use the same side. I don't want to turn it over because this is where all the pastel is still. It's hard to get in that side. Like this. Big one. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it with the white. Just I should clean that up there. Let me clean my, maybe I can go back with the raw umber tint and just add a few more. Not too much, but just a little bit. on top of the white ones. Maybe this one. Just random places. Oops, doesn't look like anything. There. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna stop here. I don't want to go overboard with the circles. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna clean this all up, and I'm gonna also erase the edges of this hourglass. So here is my Pan Pastel Bokeh version of the background, and so I erased the excess Pan Pastels that went over onto the hourglass illustration. I sprayed it with the Krylon workable fixative. I did like 4 layers of it, and I went and had dinner while this was sitting on my porch airing out, so it wouldn't be, the smell wouldn't be so strong when I get here in my room. So here we are, and I used 3 different kinds of erasers. I used the Derwent electric eraser. So I do have to let you know that, you know, if your eraser is towards, you know, like this size, be careful as you use it. Keep an eye on the tip, because you don't want to be erasing it and have the metal part hit your paper. You don't want to tear it up. So yeah, but this is really nice and quick to get close to the edges over here. For the really tight edges and at the tip, the Tombow Mono Zero eraser is very good to use. And yeah, so, you know, just getting up close here. Again, you know, I still, with this eraser, I end up going outside, like I think I did it down over here. So, you know, with any eraser, especially if you use the Pan Pastel, be careful so you don't go over the edge, so you won't have like white area on the background where it's supposed to have some color. But yeah, these are really good for this tight spaces over here. And like I said earlier, the Pan Pastel will leave a little tint, like this one's a little hint of blue on the edges, but it's okay because I'm going to be coloring on top of it, so it's no biggie for me. And another eraser I ended up using is the Tombow Mono plastic eraser. I used this just for the middle area of the hourglass, because as I was cleaning out the residue from the erasers, the brush I was using was picking up some of the colors and just brushing it over the hourglass. So after I was done doing the edges, I went back and used this eraser. I do want to, you know, like for me, because I have kids that come, you know, in my room, and I have this little area here for me to do this coloring, crafting and stuff. I feel like it's important that you try to clean it up, especially after using pastels. I have my handheld vacuum to pick up any leftover residues from the pastels, from the erasers, and just to, yeah, clean up. I have wipes over here. Immediately after I was done, I cleaned up my stencil, both sides, because the other side was on the papers. It was picking up some of the blues. On the top is where I was putting the white. So yeah, cleaning it up so you won't, you know, have it all over your hands, all over your stuff. And yeah, I just want to stress that, because, you know, pastels, you don't want to be inhaling that. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. The workable fixative, this is the Krylon brand. I said that I sprayed it 4 times, but it still feels like the pastel, you know, it feels like it's still rubbing off. I did forget that I wanted to try to do this by spraying it first with fixative, then putting the pastels on. But you know, I'll try that again in another page. I wanted to try it on a Hannah Carlson or any of this Gibbs Smith printed books because the paper is smooth, and I wanted to see if that would work better in keeping the pastels on your page. So I'm going to keep this here just so the blue doesn't end up on the opposite page. And yeah, and then as I work, I'm just going to have a paper on top just to prevent the colors smearing onto each other. So I hope you guys find this video helpful. I hope you can take something from what I shared and, you know, add it to your colorings. I'm still learning how to use these pan pastels, so, you know, if you have any suggestions or tips, please let me know down below in the comments. I will definitely appreciate it. I know there's a different kind of workable fixative. I think it's like a spray one. I don't remember what the brand name, I think it's like Spectrum or something like that. But if you've tried it on like this Hannah Carlson book, the smooth paper, and you've tried it with pan pastels, please let me know how, you know, your experience with it. Yeah, because I don't have it. I might get it later on, but right now I'm not working so much with the pan pastels. It's just once in a while, so I'll see. Yeah. And, you know I'll probably change how I use the pan pastels as I work with them, as I play with them. And yeah, so I'm excited to see how much I change as I get more confidence in using these pan pastels. So I thank you all, so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I put together this kind of bouquet background using pan pastels. I will see you all at my next video. Please take care, keep safe and healthy, and happy colorings. Bye-bye.